Imagine looking at somebody's face and not being able to see a face there, not being able to recognize that person. There's a condition called face blindness, where a person can see all the components of a face. They can see the eyes and the nose and the mouth and the cheeks and the ears and all the other things that go into making a face, but they don't put it together. Their brain can't form the image of a face. And so they can't recognize anyone, even their closest relatives. What's happening here is something called emergence. The individual properties of a face don't add up to form a face. There's something that comes out of all of those disparate properties that isn't there in any one of them. When you put all these things together in a particular way, you get a face. A face comes out of these things put together the right way. The Mishkan is like this too. We read in this week's parasha about the Bnei Israel donating to build a Mishkan. We get a whole list of all the materials that they built. But we must remember that the Mishkan is not just a list of building materials. It's not just 4 walls and a roof. It's not just an Aron HaKodesh. It's not just a Mizbeach. It's not any one of these things. But it's all of them together, plus the key word in this week's parasha, Terumah. The word Terumah means to rise up, what rises out of it. It's the emergent property of our lives. What the people gave was an investment. It was part of what they were. It was what rose out of their lives. They wanted to give it. They had to give it. It was a function of who they were as a people. And so the Mishkan worked. The Gemara tells us that when Nebuzaradan came to destroy the Beit HaMikdash, a voice came out and said to him, "Fool, you're grinding ground wheat. Everything here is destroyed already. So you come and knock down some walls. But my presence has been gone for a long time." The things that matter most in our lives are like this. They're not just the sum of the things you put into them, but they emerge out. A house is not just 4 walls and a roof and some pictures on a wall, but it's the investment that you put into it. It's what emerges out of what takes place inside of that house, inside of that building. That's what makes it a home. We can't make anything, at least not anything that really matters. What we can do is provide for it. We can invest. We can hope that that thing arises out of the investment that we've put into it. We can't mechanically finagle and force people into being who or what we want them to be or feel how we want them to feel. The Mishkan teaches us that what we have to look for is that emergence. What we have to give to get that emergence is investment. Shabbat Shalom.